Hello and welcome to Comfy Cozy Up. So today I'm going to be doing what am I reading, some October goals, and some planning for the future. So I want to start by saying October is my birthday month. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know I went to see Phil Collins. So I'm still on a high from that. So I didn't read much. I did review Hurricane of the Heart. So if you haven't seen that review yet, it's a Caribbean romance novel. So please go check out that video and yeah, tell me how you feel about it. Anyway, so I am gonna go start off by saying I have quite a few books that I want to read this month, but you know there's some chunkers, so I don't know how much I'm gonna get through. But we're just gonna start off with this book because it's the weekend, so there's kind of a lot of free time I have, so I'm hoping to like dig in and also finish one. So I'm gonna go by to talk about now. Oprah made me do it, and because I follow her on Instagram, and she had this discussion stuff where she's have these word prompts, and I was just like, yeah, all right, I'm gonna pick the book up, and I did. And I'm suffering from the overhyped book expectation. So I struggle with Water Dance. The first 100 page, I was just like, okay. There was nothing new. There were some interesting questions that were that you could get out of it, but it was nothing new. So I was just like, where are we going with this? But when the magical realism kind of popped in, where the main character have this gift. I still not 100% like how some people is just so in love with this. I'm just not there yet. It's okay. It's like a 3.5. I mean, depends on how the ending goes. It might hit a 4, but I wouldn't say that it's a 5-star read for me right now. It's just not. I do think his writing is amazing. He definitely can write. But there's something about the story, especially when I got to the chapter I'm in now. I'm in chapter 20. Yeah, the chapter 20, the chapter that just ended 19. It was just, I have a thing when it comes to book with slave narrative. There's certain things I like. I like characters that are, if I'm going to read a book that has slave narrative that's supposed to be fiction, I like characters who are showing survival, whether they're fighting back or whether they're dealing with things that are, that they have to use to survive. I do like that. But there's a particular thing that happened where I'm kind of like not a fan of. So I was just like, just kind of gave me that scratch my head moment where I'm not really like just jumping on my skin. So I feel like I don't want to review it, but then I feel like I do need to review it. But if I do review it, it's probably going to be in written form, because I feel like I would explain myself better in written form than if I tried to go on video. I would just feel like I'm talking rubbish or not really explaining myself without, I don't want to spoil it. So I can't really tell you what made me a little bit like roll my eye moment. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave this one alone. So then Dee Dee from Browngirlreading is doing a read along for this one. I haven't joined the Goodreads group yet. I need to get on there, but I think she has a Goodreads group. But I will link. I believe she did a video for this where she talked about how she breaking the book down. But if I find something, either link her Goodreads or I will link her video somewhere in the description bar. But I tried to read this last year. I think I got to 250 pages. And then I was just like, oh my God, it's just the commitment. It's just the size. Because it's a good book. So far, the 250 page, I was into it. But it was just like, this is one of those books where I feel like, oh, I could have read 4 books. The time I, commit to this, in my head, that's what I'm thinking. So it's something, this is like, and I don't know why, because I've read 2 other big books, War and Peace and forgot what the other Russian one was that I read, and those were pretty much almost the same exact size as this. And I did it, so I'm like, why am I like delaying this? And but I'm gonna do it. the whole goal this weekend is to reread the 250 pages so I can refresh my memory on the whole story, and read this. But I have until the end of November, so I got time. I got time. So the next book I want to try and get, maybe, I don't know how far I'm gonna get through it this weekend, but this is definitely going to be for next week. And it's a book that comes out on Tuesday. It's War Girls. This is an arc of it. And funny enough, this author's favorite book is The Count of Monte Cristo. So that's his favorite book. And so it would be like a nice little treat to kind of read this and see, where he gets inspiration for. But this is an African fantasy, and it is, 2172 in the future. And I kind of want something different from a lot of the books I'm reading. And this is definitely something that's not, outside of my element. So anyway, so that's the goal for these books for the next week or so, just to get into. I do have some more romance novel that I want to read as well, so it depends on what my mood. I might decide that, okay, I need a break from these. So we don't know. But anyway, but as far as I have a thing called October Mood, and it's on my Insta story that every day I do journaling, and I share it on my Insta story. I actually save them in a highlighted box on the, where you have Instagram. So the goal is every day I journal, and I used to do this before, and then I started journaling where I just journal maybe once in a while or once a week. But this is like challenging myself to journal every day in October, and there are word prompts that I use. So I will write about what that word meant to me in that moment, and there's different words. Life, there's love, there's loss, there's memory, there's happiness, there's various words that I want to write about. And journaling is more just therapeutic. It's also very much my creative juice, and it's my me time with myself, to be completely honest about what is going on with me mentally. We all just celebrated the World Mental Health Day, and I think journal is a great way for people to express themselves privately, and whether or not they want to share it. Often I do share some of my journal entry, where a small entry, and I will end up writing a full blog post on it on my blog, where sometimes it's part of my confession chronicles or other things that may have happened and inspired that journal entry. So I'm very much open. However, everybody's not going to be open about the journal entry, and they shouldn't have to be. It's your private moment. But for November, I was encouraged by Didi from Browngirlreading, thank you, that perhaps I should do a 30-day journaling and have word prompts. And if anybody's interested in joining, let me know. Follow me on my Instagram, and if you like journaling, or you never done it before, you want to challenge yourself to do 30 days of journaling in November, where every day is a word. And it could be any word you could I will come up with some words and how it meant to you, and you just write about it, and you just take a picture of you journaling. You don't have to share what you wrote, but just like a picture or a snip video of you journaling each day. And also, it's a good way to see people's journals, because everybody has different journals. This is the journal I'm using right now. And I have a lot of journals, but this is the one that I bought last November for this year. So I typically have a new journal every year, and this is the one I'm using, and it was inexpensive. It was under $30, but there's cheap journals. You can get journals for like $5. It's not, and you can get journals for like some serious money. So everybody's journal is different, but I just, it would be a cool way to see people's journal. And we'll see. I will definitely bring it up again once I decide, to officially go with the idea for November. So we'll see. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I am going to end this here. Oh, quick note. Keto is still here. I have a keto recipe book that I bought. I've been trying a few recipes, and I'm waiting till I completely do like one recipe from each area, like breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert, that kind of deal. And when I'm done with that, then give that book a review. And this is not to say you need to be keto, but if say you want to try a keto meal and you don't know how to go about, I would, this is probably the book I would like recommend, once I try everything out of it. And the book is really thick, and it gives you a lot of guidelines, but I'm not gonna review it now. But I'll review it later and give you like some, what I liked and what I didn't like, that kind of deal. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and have a good day. Bye.